All right, we're jamming. Wanna jam it with you? Well, we're jamming. And I hope you like jamming too. The words you put you doing. Me that can be by no soul. But tonight. And the game be by no soul. All right, we're jamming. I should have learned the song for God's sakes. Now, you might be asking yourself, and well, you should, why are we so much further back? Hilariously, there's no other reason for us being further back than we're old. That's it. That it's the God's honest truth. Tired of looking close up at my own gurn here, and I'm just like, screw it. We're backing it up. You know that line from Tootsie, right? He's like, and she doesn't look so good. Can you pull back a little bit? Cameron's like, how is Cleveland? So how is Cleveland? That's what we have for you here tonight. Honest to God, I did not. I should have spent a little more time preparing, including the opening song, which it's not even that hard, but it's so easy that you could play it high, really, really high. Well, jamming. Well, I want to jam it with you. All right, we're jamming. Hope you like jamming too. Hi, Ange. Hi. How's it going? So yeah, it has been a very, very eventful week. Yes. Hello. We're all the way over here. Just don't mind us. We're here. And honestly, the reason is, gang, we just got tired of looking at it because we have to, we are forced because we have a whole screen set up here. Those of you who have been to only show headquarters, you know how the configuration is. You know that we're a little bit further back. And
it looks better this way.
See, and Laura says immediately it looks better this way. And I said, really, there's no other reason for this configuration other than we're old. That's it.
It looks better to us.
It looks better to us.
It doesn't. It's not. I mean, we're just dying for everybody to get here so we can talk about the thing that happened to you yesterday.
There is a thing that happened.
Something happened. We need to talk about it.
It'll wait. It'll keep.
It's you know how every week we talk about weird stuff that happened to me that I noticed or whatever.
Yeah.
This week you win the award.
This week I'm the one who gets to tell the story for the weirdest thing, and usually it's not me, right? Usually it's you, and everybody kind of expects like, oh, what weird shit? Let's settle in. What weird thing happened to Laura this week? Because of course that's generally.
Right. Because I'm the one with the clown fetish. And by the way, I was thinking about that clown. Who's going to take over his legacy when he's
right?
gone?
Does he have a clown apprentice?
Does he have a clown child?
or a clown child?
I don't know. Right. I mean, is he going to leave his legacy? His
fortune, his clown
he
fortune.
He is an older clown. I mean, he's killing it right now.
But he's absolutely killing it.
Who's going to take that over?
That's a good question. I mean, anybody interested? We've got an inside track.
Does someone want the job? I don't want to give away his job, obviously.
Right. But if anybody watching wants to get, in touch with Harpo.
We know someone who knows him.
We know people. Laurel and I are deeply connected.
We know a lot of people who see him.
One degree of separation away from Harpo the clown. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm, maybe it's sort of like a midlife kind of career switch.
I'd like to become a professional clown.
Right. If you're thinking that to yourself, why, but we got a job for you? Because we have been wondering this, like, you can't clown forever. Am I right? I don't think.
No, I think he can clown forever. For him, you can clown until he is clowned
off.
The
clowning's done. Yeah, it's going to clown until one day it's a bam, clown off.
And then he's like, clown
goes
off.
To the big circus in the sky. And who's going to take over Harpo's legacy? And and so we don't know.
It will. You know how they used to replace the Lassie dogs, right. About four
so
of them.
Will
just someone step into the role of Harpo seamlessly?
Maybe it's already happened. Now, I don't mean to be conspiratorial, but how would we know? The man wears makeup every day. This could be an ersatz Harpo.
It seems like the same guy.
The Airs Harpos, by the way, are one of the many fine bands playing at Coachella.
You don't know who's playing at Coachella.
I have no idea. No, honestly, I saw a really funny New Yorker cartoon. It was an eye reading chart. Somebody's getting their eyes tested, but it was the Coachella poster. It's going to read me the bands nobody cares about on the bottom. Okay,
it's Lady Gaga. It's Lisa from Blackpink. It's Oh, we mean the bands nobody cares.
Yeah. So the smaller it gets, the less you care about the bands, and so that's why it makes a perfect eye chart.
I see.
Squinting. I think
I was only half.
I think that's the nozzles. I think that's a band called.
I thought you were trying to say like nobody who anybody cares about plays at Coachella.
Oh God, no.
Lady Gaga,
you know who's playing in Coachella every year because it's all in the big type. Yeah. It's the poor suckers who are relegated to the small type. At the bottom. Welcome, everybody. Carrie says, do you think he wears makeup or is that a face tattoo? I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Listen, I hope that's a face tattoo.
When you're a clown, you're a clown all the way. He may have had that permanently tattooed on there, and good for him. What's really weird to me is to think about the fact you could be walking around like El Paseo and just pass by him in the middle of the day and have no idea. Walk right by. It's like you know, one of the members of KISS, you wouldn't really recognize him.
Or like Batman.
Or Batman. Yeah, Adam West.
And good for you for dropping the local street names.
Listen, 111 El Paseo. I'm down. I'm down with the downtown clown. By the way, I am a little sore. And here's why. One Eric Quigley Atwood was over. I have no idea what his middle name is. He was over this week because, as I think I had mentioned, a tree came and took out our woodshed. And so we had to.
God, what a fucking mess that was.
Literal mess. And so Eric came over and he's like, okay, we're going to. He did he call on Sunday night? I think he called on Sunday night. And he's like, hey, guess what? I'm coming over tomorrow. We're going to be working on this all day. I'm like, fabulous. I'll take the leave now.
Oh, so, there's Sarah from Canada.
Hey,
she calls us fucking hosers.
Fucking hosers, eh?
Do you have your official
go down to Timmy Hose.
You can't call us that until you're like live there forever.
Get you some Tim Hose.
You're never coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
are you officially into hockey, Sarah?
Yeah.
I don't live there, and I'm into hockey.
She totally is.
So, yeah. So anyway, so Eric and I hauled. I think when he took a load of crap to the dump from the big spill. It was like 1,700 pounds, and I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. And then the next
day,
day,
you went to bed at 9 p.m.
I did. I couldn't stay awake. I was like, I haven't done that much physical exertion. Yeah. I mean, I go to the gym for like 45 minutes a day, but this was like we were working straight for like 3 or 4 hours. And it was like, oh, this is very, very.
And like that's what Eric does for his job.
I know. To be so resilient. Crazy. To be so resilient as to be able, the man bounces back and far more quickly than I do. Sarah says she's really into Zambonis. Mm-hmm. That's why you go to the hockey games, of course, is because, you know, in between the 3 periods, and there are 3 periods. I do know some things about hockey. They have the Zambonis. Dry bear. Yeah, let's do a show. Why not?
All right.
Hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome. Oh, so, yeah. So listen, since you're all here, we, as Laura billboarded, I'm going to tell you about a little something that happened to me this week, but we're going to do this in hypotheticals. Now, let's say maybe I was asked to be the MC for a local event of some sort, political in nature, perhaps. Now, this is completely hypothetical, but let's just say that I was. Mm-hmm. Let's say also at the same time, another individual who was new to this group, again, completely hypothetically, was asked to MC because this person had expressed interest in MCing and said that, and so I'm like, well, sure, that's great. And then so you show them the ropes and the whole thing. I'm like, that's fabulous. Hypothetically. Now, this person gets involved and very, very rapidly, I would hypothetically realize that this person really, really wants to just do the whole thing themselves, and they want to incorporate music, and they want to they want to sing everything.
Seems a little crazy.
They want it. They're a lot. They're a lot.
Or not crazy yet, just very extra.
Right. So very extra. The energy is extremely extra. And so follow me here. So anyway, let's just say hypothetically that this person got to be so much that this person here was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I have no interest in being in some sort of weird competition. I walk away. Then we'll say hypothetically that the organizers of said event were like, no, that this isn't going to work. you hypothetically come back and that person hypothetically can sing or do whatever they want to do. So then it's the day of the event, and that person is singing as the event is beginning, and there are thousands of people streaming into the park and the whole thing, and that person is singing in such a way that is so low energy that one of the organizers of said event might have hypothetically texted me later and said,
what the fuck?
What in fucking God's name is happening here? Over my floppy dead body, will that ever happen again?
Right.
So it was not a and then let's just also say hypothetically that during this event, while I'm emceeing, this person is consistently pestering me, going, I want to do another song. I want to do another song. I want to do another song. And I'm going to the organizers. I'm like, no, absolutely not. This person will not do another song.
Because they're not a good singer. Is that what you're saying? They can't sing.
Let's hypothetically say that. So anyway, at the very end of the event, this person's like, well, I want to close with this song. And the organizer's like, no. Everybody's going, bye. So let's then hypothetically say that we had yesterday a meeting at somebody's house about how everything went, and we're doing like a post game.
And let's say before you left for the meeting, I said, hey, maybe if she didn't sing enough, she might want to sing her notes.
Right? Because we were all going to go.
And I was kidding about that, of course, because who would do that?
Exactly. So we're we're going to talk about what went well, what went poorly, and so I had to leave early from this event. So the organizer, the head organizer, turns to me and she goes, "What were your it was like a rose, a bud, and a thorn. Like it's meeting things. Like well, listen, I had nothing bad to say about this event because honestly, I was so uplifted by the energy of this event. I really felt like we were all together as human beings, right? Who had fucking enough of what is happening with the Trump administration after 2 fucking months of this insanity. We all came together, and thousands, million people plus around the country got together and rallied. So I had nothing great thing to say about it. And then I'm like, I have to go. But before I go, let's just say hypothetically, this person who sang and was not, let's say, received terribly well, and then was asked to not sing at the event, was then asked to give some notes. And let's say this person stood up and said, I would like to sing my notes. Now, this person goes to the back of the living room and goes, can you all hear me? Now, keep in mind, there are 6 of us sitting at a dining room table going, what is happening? What is happening? And this person goes into the other room and he's like, can you hear me? From the dining room, we're in the living room. And
please give us a demonstration of what happened next.
There are 6 of us sitting around the table, and I'm like, oh no, something's going to happen. And from the other room, we hear, we shall overcome. We shall, for fucking 3 minutes. 3 minutes. This person sang at the top of their fucking lungs for 3 minutes. 3 of the longest minutes of my adult life.
Okay, this is Twin Peaks. Now, right?
It was like,
oh no, this is Christopher Guest. This is A Mighty Wind, right?
You could not have written this any funnier than it was. This person is, and I can't make eye contact with anybody else at the table. I am biting my tongue so hard that I am bleeding I can feel the blood coming.
She's not doing a bit.
I am vibrating. I'm like, oh God, I'm hungry. And yes,
I don't get it.
No, she's not doing it. So she finishes up her grand aria, singing at the top of her lungs, for God and everyone to hear.
House.
And then she finishes up with a grand flourish, and there's a long pause, and she goes, that is what I have to offer. Honest to God, the only thing that was going through my head as this was happening was must call Lori, must call wife, call mother and wife immediately. So anyway, so I had to leave early from this meeting. As I'm leaving from this meeting, the organizer goes, I'll walk you out. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And so we stand in her vestibule, vibrating with silent laughter, just tears. What the fuck was it? It was.
But is this like time to call a wellness check? Like, is this person okay?
This was one of the most insane experiences that I have had as an adult. I have never honestly seen or experienced anything like this with my fellow human beings.
Sarah says, golf clap. Did anyone clap?
Yes, people kind of.
No.
Really, what do you do? I mean, it's so quiet and so uncomfortable. People are like, yay. I don't know.
I can't.
So anyway, so this is usually Laura is the one for whom something insane happens during the week,
that weird happens
and she'll
to me
tell this
once a
story.
week.
Oh no! This week the honor belongs to Scott says new strain of gummies. That's exactly what it was.
Maybe.
Honestly,
you know what? Maybe.
If I had been high, I couldn't have taken that. That would have been way too much. Anyway, what else is made better by singing? What else is made better by singing it? Because certainly her notes made infinitely better by singing them. That is what she has to offer.
Okay,
What is made better by singing it?
So the comments were laughing in the vestibule. Eric said, "Time to use the dart gun."
Sure. Yeah, the
Carrie said, "This calls for the gong."
Sure. Yeah.
So I guess the next meeting where you go to where she is, you'll have to just take a gong with you. Gong. No, we're done.
Now,
Shepherd's crook, just like, okay, you're off stage now, lady.
Now, we are among friends here. This is not a story that I would, tell to, anybody generally, because I kind of feel bad for this. Like, it is very strange when you get to this stage of life and you encounter a fellow human being who is roughly your age, who simply does not understand propriety and social cues, right? Because first of all, none of us would have dreamt of doing something like this, right? It may be in some sort of hellish nightmare that we wake up from with our heart pounding and we're gasping, well, I can't believe what I just did. Like, that's like a naked in front of the class kind of dream that you would have. So I don't want to impugn this person. However, I got to tell somebody. I had to tell you people. I honestly had no choice.
Or it didn't happen. You kind of have to.
My hands were tied here. Mm-hmm. Is what I'm trying to say to you. So.
You're right. The Oh Highmark movie, which is called The
Room.
The Room. That would be made better by singing.
That would, yes. In fact, somebody should do The Room.
Highmark.
The Room, the musical,
on
is
Broadway.
An idea whose time has come. That is like an off-Broadway. That is an Obie-winning off-Broadway play idea. Mm-hmm. Just waiting to happen. Let's see. Blowjobs better by singing. Well, they call him a Hummer.
Mm-hmm.
They do call him a Hummer. Alexander Hamilton says Carrie. Yeah, of course. Well, as it manifestly so. Jesus Christ. Sinking in the Titanic. Sure.
Yeah.
Rearranging the deck chairs. Silver bells and cockle shells. The Room. The Hills. Wood chipping. Walking in on Huddy, rubbing one out, crawl space work, not attending Coachella. I actually really like that, Eric. Next time you're over here working in the crawl space, man, I want to hear you built out the time warp, maybe, if we can hear you.
In case you're wondering, it's been 21 days since we've seen the bug guy.
It is, but
I'm almost afraid to say it.
I know. We're having a stretch here where we're bug guy less, and are we cursing things by?
No, because he'll be here in 9 days to check the house.
Right, but that's his routine check.
Right.
We have not called him in for a non-routine check in how long has it been?
21 days.
21 days.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need a graphic of some sort. Let's see. Well, so some of these were tremendously inappropriate, but let's go ahead and give it to Eric for The Room, simply because I think that's a fabulous idea. I think that's a really great idea. Now, Laurel and I have been doing a lot of cooking. I'm going
to share it now because we're done talking about it.
Yes, we're done talking about it now. Laura's going to share the fabulous
You
broadcast.
said that you didn't want it shared the show to be shared.
I wanted this one to be among friends.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So now you know that we have been doing a fair amount of cooking lately. I've talked about this. I've gone mostly vegetarian. Done a lot of cottage cheese cooking, which goes with the vegetarian cooking because there's a high, protein content in the cottage cheese, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things that we've been making are delicious frittatas. Now, a frittata is basically scrambled eggs in the oven, right? So you take whatever you want to cook in there, you cook it in the pan. In my case, I'm like, a little spinach, and then you take an egg mixture, mixed, of course, with cottage cheese, and you pour it in there.
First, you blend it in a food processor.
Right, yeah, and then pour it over
so it gets
the top
really
there.
Fluffy.
You sprinkle some cheese on the top, and then you pop it into the oven at 375 degrees and 14 minutes later, voila! You can cut it like a
Dinner.
a little pie, and
High
you
protein.
give yourself little slices of frittata. Now, we got really excited about this because we're like, well, what else can we do with frittatas? I'm like, well, sure, we could do like a pizza margarita one with marinara sauce and tomatoes and basil.
I forgot where you were going with this.
Right.
Now I remember.
And then, we're like, okay, so what are some of the other ingredients? We're like, well, who better to ask than our dear friend ChatGPT? So we asked our dear friend ChatGPT, and it started coming up with some pretty bizarre shit to the point where we're like, you know what? Let's go weirder. And we're just asking weirder. Yeah. And eventually I'm like, it's rubber bands and a stapler. That's what we want in my frittata.
I mean, eventually it was repeating the same idea. So we're like, just go weirder. And it goes, I don't know, chickpeas and mint. And we're like, okay.
Popcorn and gum. Yeah. How about that? Yeah. Whatever you want. So anyway, what goes in your frittata? What goes in your frittata?
That sounds obscene.
I am exactly. Fit that in your frittata. I am so far away.
You are so far
away.
What? Yeah, we are big spenders of those eggs.
Hey, big spender. Are you having the same sorts of high egg prices up yonder, up north of the border?
Everyone's like, you have eggs? Look, we get the eggs when we can find them at Costco.
Yeah, we only get them from Costco. And we buy that when that's part of it too. It's like we buy them in bulk.
Right. So they allow you to have 3 things of eggs. So when I see them, I buy 3 and then we just they're like $8 or something.
Right. Well, we buy them in bulk because if you buy them, in smaller amounts at the grocery store, it costs a fucking fortune. So, you get them at Costco, and then we're making also, and you can freeze them for time. Well, anyway, the bottom line is yes, eggs are fucking expensive. That is a fact. Let's see. So Sarah buys a flat of 30 eggs for $9 Canadian, which of course amounts to about $9 Canadian amounts to about $1.37 in U.S. currency. That's a diss. That's a total. I don't know why. I shouldn't be dissing our Canadian friends at all. Our Canadian friends are our only fucking.
Oh, that actually sounds good. Scott puts salsa and roll it in a cheese made tortilla.
My brother, that sounds fucking amazing. It's like a breakfast burrito.
We could do that this week.
We do that tonight. Yeah, after
sugar, spice, and whatever drops out of the teenager's hair.
The teenager's hair. There you go.
That's what frittatas are made of.
Were we talking about the teenager's hair? We were talking about Carrie's hair.
No, Eric was talking about the teenager's hair.
Lori has a strand of Carrie's hair.
Well, now I have some of your eyebrow hairs too.
Yeah, some of my
I'm pulling out everyone's hair now because I'm a witch and I'm collecting hairs.
I think, right? You would have a strand of our DNA. And may I remind you, just because you should, just because you can,
doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean you should. As Jeff Goldblum famously said in Jurassic Park. Let's see, a middle name like, so what goes in your frittata? A middle name like Quigley. I don't know. Like, Eric, you're going to have to tell us what your middle name is.
It's probably something like Andrew.
Aaron? Yeah,
sure.
Aaron was a popular.
We know it, though. We've heard it before.
Do you think we know it?
Yeah, I'm sure we know it.
Well, let's see. Tatas going curious for tatas. Well, tatas are delicious. Absolutely. Let's see. Sugar spice, whatever. Dog hair. Yeah, honestly, I was making dinner tonight. I'm like, hey, there's dog hair on the cutting board. It gets into everything. Absolutely everything.
We were all at dinner the other night, and Carrie had a hair that was sticking
This is why you have
pointing
the hair.
Straight down.
Yeah.
And instead of I don't know why I'm weird. I was like, oh, you have a hair that's going like this.
Yeah.
And instead of just reaching over and moving the hair, I just pulled it out.
She just Carrie's like, whoa, hey.
She's like, whoa. I'm like,
personal. Hello, personal. Yeah.
I didn't think it was ever going to go back the way it was supposed to go. So I was like, oh, here you go. Poink. That's violating. You're not supposed to do that.
What goes in your frittata? Ange says, I don't know, but I'll bet the local emergency room has a top 10 list. Laura's hair, it's everywhere. You put your weed in there in the frittata. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, you can put your weed in there.
You put a toilet plunger in
This is David, toilet plunger. 3 of the 4 Spice Girls. Why not? What are they doing? They got nothing going on. Yeah, it's all of them that aren't Posh Spice, right? They've got no career.
She's like a billionaire now.
I was going to say she didn't have to work. Dear Laura, who had the funniest response to what goes in your frittata? Where's Christina? Where's Rapel?
I don't know. Well, I just sent a notice to the whole group because we
well, there you go. Right? Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. We'll give it to let's see. And for I don't know, but I bet the local emergency room has a top 10 list.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Wait, did you put a butt plug in your frittata?
No.
No, I fell on it. I sat on it.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know how I got up there. I fell on it. If we were doing this show live, I would insist that we actually have to sing all of our answers. So, Laura, where was this, by the way? Here's a theater marquee. Was this in Vegas?
Yeah. So last week. I apologize for my absence last week. I was in Vegas speaking at a publishing
Hot
conference.
Stuff here was
sure.
Where am I going here? Was at a conference.
I was at a conference, and the casino where I was staying, because that's where the conference was.
As one does.
I was going to say someplace nicer, but then the conference started at 8 a.m. and how are you going to get?
You don't want to get across
be at
town
the Palms
in Vegas.
and I have to get up at 6 a.m. and leave whatever. It's just, you're not even rested.
Vegas is depressing enough as it is.
So there was a movie theater inside the casino, and I walk by this listing every day, and I was like, wait a minute. These don't sound like normal movies.
They don't.
What's Mickey 17?
Mickey 17 honestly sounds like a Disney goes to like Nazi Disney or something.
Or to me, it sounds like a sexy Disney film.
Sure, there could be sexual overtones.
Or look at these. Okay, Disney Snow White, fine.
The Alto Kings.
Paddington in Peru? What's going on there?
Paddington in Peru, Captain America, Brave New World, Black Bag. Are these real movies? Or is somebody just punking us that these are actually Dogman?
Death of a Unicorn?
I don't think these are
real movies. We haven't been to the movies since before the COVID.
Granted, this is the time of year when the studios like to dump their garbage out into the theaters. But
day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie? Really?
Now that I would see. I would
followed by Black Bag?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it would be fun for us to guess based on the films that were in the theater this week. What movies are showing at that theater next week? What movies are showing at that theater next week? Yeah, it was, honestly, I am out of the loop when it comes to first run films. I have no idea. Even when it comes to Oscar films, all of those caught me off guard. This last year, I think that was what exactly is happening. You and I stay on top of music. We stay
we just have no idea what's going on. Ange says, "Was it April 1st?" No, it wasn't. It was.
Yeah, it was very strange. We're very much on top of what happens with music and television, where we can tell you everything that's happening. In those, and memes. Online trends, things like I have no idea what's happening with Hollywood.
Apparently, Mickey 17 is happening.
Mickey NC 17. There you go. Hey, hi-oh.
Brown paper bag gets a second chance. Mickey 18.
2 girls, 1 brown paper bag.
The I don't see colors bag. Okay, these all sound so edgy and controversial. I don't know if I.
Yeah, and she's Mickey 18. That's obviously was going to be the next title that's going to be playing at the multiplex.
Sure.
In a casino. Oh my God, I can't imagine a more depressing.
There is nothing quite like the pungent smell of cigarettes at 8 a.m.
Casinos are depressing places in the best of times, but certainly at 6 a.m, you're really seeing your hardcore folk at that time.
And one of my fellow panelists was texting me wow, everyone in this casino should be on suicide watch.
All of them.
Oh my God.
All of them. Yeah. And honestly, and really the people that you're presented with first at a casino are the ones who are playing the slots.
On the front lines.
They're not even slots anymore. It's basically, and you don't even get that satisfying pull of the arm. It's not just
nothing in the casino is
oxygen, smoke. It's so. It is a tragic short story, one pellet bar press at a time.
Eric says The Hangover 8. Where's Lori?
She's in.
I'm hiding in the room, going over my slide presentations.
In Ken Jeong's trunk.
I could not have even been in Vegas, except one day I went to Omega Mart. That was fun.
That was very cool. I'm envious that you got to do that. Let's see what movies are showing at that theater next week. Eric Atwood swimming in a giant margarita bathtub. Terry ordered a giant margarita. We always wanted to see what would happen at this restaurant that we all go to, this Mexican place, if she ordered the big size margarita. And I swear to God, this margarita came. It was like a luau bowl. It had an undertow. Is what I'm saying.
I took a picture of it.
Yeah, you did. Brown paper bag gets a second chance. Mickey 18. I don't see colors bag. Dr. Pimple Popper Pops Dallas. Hookers and Blow, a Vegas story. The Room. Says Eric. Mickey 16, the prequel. Hangover 8, where's Lori? Leaving Las Vegas. Eric 18, that's funny. Beaver Cubes, a horror movie. Fashion Steve, the sequel. David Blaine's Minecraft. Oh, these are fabulous. This is my turn, yeah?
We're not supposed to bring up Fashion Steve.
No,
although Fashion Steve's missing.
Fashion Steve is MI. I don't think Fashion Steve's ever going to be seen again.
Or heard from again.
Honestly, Eric had Sarah says Home Alone 2, but only the part where Trump has a cameo. Yeah, just over and over. Just that one clip over and over and over again. I think I've got to give it to Eric for his many, many funny answers. Eric. So now listen, for our next visual prompt here, Laura was going, like once a month, we like to get crumble cookies. Right, because they're delicious, and it's, on our cheat day, we like to mow down some crumble cookies. It's a fun thing. It's what we do. And you're driving by, and here in Washington State, for those of you who don't know, there is a food grading system. It goes excellent, good, okay, and then needs improvement, which is when they close you down. Right. So you're walking past the crumble cookies. You're about to go into the crumble cookies to get us some cookies.
I noticed this.
And here's what you see. Now, I don't know if you can zoom in on that there. It says okay. Crumble cookies got an okay.
Okay, so that's the equivalent of like a C if you're, A, B, and C.
It's a C minus. I mean, you're barely hanging in there.
The only other place in town that has an okay is this awful Chinese restaurant.
It's a dim sum place.
People see rats at like
right.
You can see a rat
across the floor.
You can see rats in the back. You can see rats they get shut down all the time because they're like, oh, rats again.
But dim sum is is a fairly complicated thing to put together. You can understand where some things might potentially go wrong. But my question is, how do you fuck up cookies? How do you fuck up making cookies to the extent where?
I see where a Chinese restaurant has a lot of opportunities to get an okay.
I do too.
I don't know about cookies though. What are you doing back there? Are you pooping in the cookies? Like it's disgusting.
I don't have.
And now I don't want to eat there ever again because I'm like, well, no, cookies should be excellent. You put eggs.
It seems
and flour
pretty straightforward.
And
Good night, right?
And like a baking soda, and then you're done.
Boom!
Right?
Put them in the oven,
and then you frost them. The only way it can be does that say pick up or fuck up? How do you fuck up cookies?
It says fuck up.
Fuck up.
How do you fuck up cookies? Yeah. Let's see. How do you fuck up cookies? And honestly, you have one job. As Laura is saying, you have one job. You're making cookies. How do you fuck this up and get a losing grade? What is the Kardashian family's crumble cookie? What is the Kardashian family's crumble cookie? Do they have one?
Eric wants us to see his answer, which is cottage cheese.
Put
cottage cheese in the cookie.
Cottage cheese. You put them in the cookie.
That's
how you
fuck it up. I
put
cottage cheese in two things today.
That's how you fuck it up.
I'll put it in everything.
Cheese. Scott says regarding Steve, Fashion Steve, it says he was manipulated. Very funny.
Sad.
That's a dad joke.
You'll never see him again.
We're never going to see him again. Yeah. And that's just fine. That's
okay.
We sent him out of here for a reason. Let's see. How do you fuck up cookies? The old one with the vase. Exactly. It's the Chinese restaurant with the vase that is cemented to the floor.
Oh my God. I forgot to tell you guys. After Fashion Steve had landed at Scott's house, I got another bill from the FedEx saying, hey, we mischarged you. And they charged me another $90. And I'm like, are you joking? So I called them up and yelled at them and they gave me back my money.
Okay.
Because I was like, this is ridiculous.
That's fabulous. Thanks for
They miscalculated. Yeah. But also, I was like, come on, this joke is getting too expensive.
Right. Yeah. So
they double charged me for the. It was whatever.
Let's see. Oh, so Ann says you put Kardashian flavor in the cookie. What is Kardashian flavor? It's obviously something that tastes like glottal fry.
Oh, Ange has a good answer, which is you are too busy practicing your "We Shall Overcome" solo.
Right. We shall overcome. That is what they have to offer. Okay. Let's see. Too much dong. That's how you fuck up the cookies. You're fucking the dough, basically. Yeah, you're just carving out a hole and fucking the dough.
Oh, she showed the photo again. It does have a sign about a Kardashian cookie.
Oh!
I don't think that's why it has an okay rating.
Oh, I missed that entirely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, I don't know what Kardashian flavor is. Let's see. How do you fuck up cookies? By trying to customize them in your settings. Hey, it's a cookies joke. It's a computer cookies joke.
That's funny. And if you'll notice, the little guy, it has a straight line for a smile. He's not even smiling.
He's got the meh face. Yeah.
He's like, don't eat these cookies.
Don't do it. Let's see.
But it's like a dessert place, right? It should be like, that's an excellent, like if you can't eat anything fresh or good, just eat a cookie.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
That will poison you.
Yeah. And honestly, what is the world coming to? Let's see. You forget the flour. You added too much meat, says David. Rat poop chocolate chip by trying to cut. Yeah. This week's cookies. You're too busy practicing your We Shall Overcome solo. Too much broken glass. ChatGPT. AI, buy a Cybertruck, you give one to a mouse. Dear Laura, who had the funniest response to how do you fuck up cookies?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm gonna go with David Salzer for too much added meat.
I like that. That was a funny
Maybe
answer.
they put Bonnie's beef in.
Maybe they did. Hey, listen, she's got some of it to spare. She's giving it away.
We were just talking about Bonnie yesterday, and it came about to say like, well, I think Buy Nothing is hilarious. That's why I found Bonnie.
I was going to say, yeah, that is
the Buy Nothing
discovered...
groups make me laugh once a day because someone's trying to give away their garbage, or they're very weird about what they're giving away.
Anything of note? Well, you did find a chair. A child's chair that said somebody had scribbled "I love you" on the child's chair,
and no one wanted that.
And that would look sounds cute. It's actually terrifying.
Yesterday, someone was trying to give away 8 pieces of styrofoam, and everyone's like, "Sir,
this is a Wendy's.
No.
Take your shit and dispose of it properly. Don't use us to dispose of your shit." So now we're on to just the rapid round, I believe. They are releasing a new version of Alexa. I think you guys have heard this. This one actually is going to maybe be able to fucking work.
Oh, wait, you didn't use my clue about the dire wolf?
Wait. No, we did. No, here it is.
Okay.
That's right. Yes, I did. I was like, I couldn't remember what this clue was. And I went on. Yeah, I was
so
like,
you
wait
guys
a second.
saw on the news, maybe they cloned this. Well, they say they cloned this dire wolf from like 10,000 years, like 1 million years ago or something. And I don't know if they really did it, but it's cute. They're cute. They're little wolves,
It is I guess it's a long extinct species of wolf called the dire wolf.
They took its DNA and they put it in regular wolves.
Maybe you've seen a movie. With this plot line that we were just talking about. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Anyway, we have the technology. Let us resurrect blank. What are we going to bring back next? Now that we apparently have the ability to do this shit. That styrofoam was pristine, says Carrie. Hey, more for you, kid. More for you. You know where to find it. We have the technology. Let us resurrect blank.
You know what seems cute? Velociraptors.
Oh, adorable.
So, let's make one of those. They're little, right? Yeah. And they just run around going,
What could go wrong?
Whatever.
What could go wrong?
Then somebody else memed, there was a meme going around I give it a month before someone's making a direwolf doodle.
Oh, but that's actually exactly right. That's what's coming. We're going to make like mammoth doodles.
Yeah.
Everything that we resurrect from the Mesozoic era, we're just going to breed with a poodle, and then we'll just
turn it into a doodle.
We'll turn it into a doodle.
Doodle.
We're going to have breeders. Yeah. Mammoth doodle. We have the technology. We'll resurrect the T-Rex 2008. Yeah, I'd go back.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christos. RGB. Yes, please. Yeah, let's get her right back on that clip.
Yeah. A couple people said Betty White. Yeah, and then make a Betty White.
Betty White. Absolutely. Let's bring her back. Missing her. Lawn darts. Brad Pitt from Legends of the Fall. I think he'd probably like to bring himself back from that time. And his abs.
He's great looking still, though.
He's still very good looking.
Yeah.
It's bothersome. It is bothersome how good looking he still is. I'm like, pal, listen, you've had a good run. Knock it off. We have the technology. Let us resurrect. Let's see. Dolly the sheep. AOL says Eric. Let's see. Who said Betty White first? Let's give it to Sarah. Or no, Eric. Eric said Betty White first. All right. Very good. All right, so now we're on to the speed round, the rapid round. Boom. Blink and you'll miss this round, kids. You got to be paying very close attention.
How was it last week? You did this all by yourself.
All by myself. I put on my big boy pants.
Was it stressful?
Well, it certainly wasn't as much fun without you. You know, obviously this is far more fun doing it with. Listen, and as I was saying, you know, you think it sounds insane and deathly quiet in here when there's two of us in here. Imagine when it's just you.
Yeah.
Get the hug me
jacket. Myself in here.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, just banging on a keyboard. Get the hug me jacket. He's having his visions again. Sarah wants to resurrect a time when tan suits and spelling potato incorrectly were simply scandalous.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go back.
As I was saying earlier, so they're doing an Alexa update. It basically is, I think they're merging it with AI, or they're using AI technology, which, honest to God, I feel like we're sacrificing our privacy anyway. I would at least like the fucking thing to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So when you ask it a question about, you know, say, Bill, let me look on the internet, it says, and then it comes up with something completely unrelated, and then I want to throw it out the window.
Our thing is radio stations. Like we tell it to play something, and it goes High Plains
play
Radio.
KEXP, and then it'll go High Plains Public Radio. I'm like, in what universe do those two things sound alike?
Sound alike.
Anyway, this new version of Alexa can do everything, even blank. This new version of Alexa can do everything, even blank. So Eric wants to resurrect the solo-only show. I think that was something dig at you.
Oh, okay. Well,
that was a dig at you.
I pissed Eric off this week.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys definitely got into...
I was just antagonizing him on purpose because it made me laugh. Where's Fuzz this week, by the way?
Fuzz is here. Is he not?
Is he here?
I
haven't seen him answering.
Have we not seen Fuzz? Did I think that I hallucinate Fuzz? No, I'm not seeing Fuzz. Ange, where's your husband? What have you done?
Mm-hmm.
What have you done? Precious!
Maybe he's out getting C-rated Chinese food.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's what I say. So yeah, it actually has been an interminably long week. What with all of the market shenanigans and all the rest of it, and honestly, I was very, very happy to have all of this, physical labor that Eric and I were doing this week, because it kind of got my mind off of shit, right? And then at night, during the times when I would just usually sit around and stress, I was like, hey, I hurt.
You're like, I need to go to bed.
I need a cocktail and an Advil, please. I am going to bed. So that's what I did. Yeah, but did this week seem longer than most?
It did. No. And Ange says he's here.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Source black market eggs.
Yeah. Okay. So this version of Alexa can do everything. Even source black market eggs. Replace the bug man. Get Eric to text you back. Be odd. Let you know that she is always listening. Mm-hmm. That is, she will tell you. Yeah. Manipulate markets. Be Alex. Okay. Dear Laurel. Who had the funniest response to the new version of Alexa can do everything, even blank? Extend the only show by an extra hour. Order a veggie pizza with mushrooms.
That's right. Yeah. That could happen. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Source black market eggs. I'm gonna give it to Scott for let you know that she is always listening.
Yeah, very good.
I don't know. I'd feel better maybe if she occasionally said, I'm listening, right?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, watch Ixnay on the Assassination A Octave because I'm listening. So anyway, yeah, we're moving right along into the rapid round here. So I trained our dog to talk. Her first words were blank. I trained my dog to talk, and its first words were blank. Fuzz says extra hour. Cottage your cheese. Where did cottage cheese? Cottage cheese was developed, I think, by letting milk spoil. Am I right?
The thing is, cottage cheese is so great if you just blend it first. It's
cottage
really
cheese
good.
Is fine when you blend it first.
It's the curds that I can't get past.
Because the curds are that's spoiled milk, right?
It's disgusting.
You remember when you would leave a carton of milk in the fridge for too long? When's the last time any of us without children had milk? Anybody?
Who was the first person to do that and go, you can eat that?
You can eat that. Yeah, exactly. Hey, this is, boy, oh boy.
I always think that, like, who's the first person to eat, like, a magic, like, there's a bunch of different kinds of mushrooms. Some you can eat,
There is
Some
a
make you
trail
sick.
of dead.
Some make you trip out.
Absolutely.
Who was the first person to catalog all this?
The pathway to edible
someone
mushrooms
ate a mushroom that was deadly
littered
and
with
died.
dead bodies. Absolutely.
And then someone went, you know what? Don't eat that one.
So, yeah, exactly. So somebody in
Steve died from that one.
Cave paintings like grunt, no eat this mushroom, and then that's how you learn, right? But yes, it took a lot of deadness, I think, for us to figure out. Hey, don't eat those ones, and also these ones will make you trip balls. That's a different painting. That's a totally different painting. Let's see. I trained
The
my
dog said, "I didn't eat the homework."
Hey, pal, listen, blame me for that shit. Train my dog to talk. Its first words were rough, said Eric. I didn't eat the damn homework. Yeah. Eric fucking texted me back. Mary would eat curds and whey. I saw you do that. The things that your dog
has seen.
Yeah. And that's a good thing.
Your dog knows.
It's a good thing they can't talk.
That's right.
Quite honestly.
I mean, I walk in on that dog doing obscene
things. I mean, it's like, but then again, we tell her, like, if you're gonna, get your face down in there, that's your time. So she'll go in there. She's good about it. She'll go in the other room and do it.
And if you walk in on that, then
that's you.
Okay.
Just let her. She's having her private time. She's doing.
Sometimes I walk in on her and I go, "Excuse me," and she looks at me like, "Wait, this is my time."
Hey, pal, get out. I'm having. Private
I'm alone
time.
In here.
I'm private time.
I'm not doing this in front of you.
Exactly. Let's see. Are you leaving me again? Yes, that is true, Scott. Honestly, our dog is just the look on her face when we're leaving. She's like, just no.
She gets really upset.
We talked about this. She will say, "Give me bacon." Yeah, I think that's true.
She'll get really mad when you come home too, and you.
Oh yeah, she will give you a lecture when you get home. It's like, listen. How many times am I going to have to tell you we don't leave? Alexa, order some high-end dog food. PBBJ, since Ray isn't here. Yeah, he isn't here. Wish you could lick yourself the way I do. You wish you could lick yourself the way I do. That was totally you and not me. Exactly. Quit blaming your farts on me. Condescending.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, Eric. I think Eric nailed it with hi. That is exactly what dogs say. I was hiding under your porch because I love you. Stop having sex in front of me. I hate you. Express my anal glands, please. My Shih Tzu is judgmental. Let's see. Let's give it to Sarah for condescending. Yeah, I do believe that's true. You stop condescending to me. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. I don't like that. Just talk to me like an adult, please. Listen, I don't know if you guys have heard, but I've gotten into the self-help game. It's very exciting. Life coach here. Yeah. Passed my certification. And now with my new personal empowerment course, you'll learn how to blank in 30 days. With my new personal empowerment course, you'll learn how to blank in 30 days. Beep, 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 beep.
We're missing some key people today. Ray's at a birthday dinner.
Yeah, the Zabos.
The Zabos are at a school function.
Okay.
Your mom is not feeling well.
My mom is down for the count today. She says she might be watching from bed. Hi, Mom. Hope you're feeling better.
Kathy has vertigo. It's just everyone's a mess this week. Oh, and that's what I was doing all week. For some reason, I scheduled a whole bunch of medical appointments at the beginning of the year, and they were all for this week.
Oh, so yeah. So isn't it funny how you don't do that intentionally, and yet you wind up with like a whole, a week full of just like prod me, poke me, and it's like by the end of it's like, why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself?
Yeah, I was not that happy with myself by yesterday. I was like, oh God, again? No, thank you.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of it out of the way, so that was good. And I was out of town last week, so I was trying to catch up and whatever.
Did you have to have any blood draws? Anything like that?
No. I try not to get my blood drawn since I'm already anemic.
Right.
And
I have the opposite thing where I'm.
You should get your blood
I'm producing too much ferritin, and they say I'm supposed to donate blood, and why that would be a citizenly thing to do, right? If I'm a
when are you going to do that? Because the place to donate blood in our neighborhood is a Mormon temple.
It's a Mormon temple,
dying to go there
and Laura wants to go to this Mormon temple while I go and donate blood. What are you hoping to see at said Mormon temple?
I just want to see what Fuzz says. Choose not dark floors.
Thank you very much. Yes, that is exactly right.
I'm going to give it to Ange for with my new personal empowerment course. You'll learn how to quit the bug guy in 30 days.
You'll learn how to do it. Yeah. Cook a frittata, not give a shit, says Scott. Not sing at inappropriate times. Somebody's got to learn. Choose not dark floors. Eat at restaurants that only get okay ratings. Sure. Eric eats car pizza. Eric did have car pizza.
No, he had car curry.
Car curry the other day. I'm like, what are you going to do? It's not hot out. It's just going to sit and get lukewarm in your car.
It's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. So listen, we have no plans all weekend. Let's blank. We have no plans all weekend. Let's blank. I'm going to go camping.
Let's only show.
And just MC an event for the first time.
No.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Don't do that.
Listen, it's it's called a callback. It is called a callback. I will say this, and I think I mentioned this at last week's solo outing. It was very uplifting, right? Because the insanity that we've now seen on full display this week. It was actually really nice to be able to go outside of your house and see a bunch of people collected in your neighborhood who are like, you know what? All of us together say, fuck this. We say, fuck no. All of this is absolutely unacceptable. And so for that reason and that reason alone, it was really wonderful. I don't know. I'm a little agnostic on the effectiveness of protests. I don't know how much they actually do, but they feel good, right? Sarah, are you guys having protests? Any sorts of protests up in Canada to protest this nonsense bullshit that's happening down here? Why? Thank you, Lori. Kowa brings me beer. Let's see. We have no plans that weekend. Let's overcome, says Scott. Oh, sir. I tip my hat to you, and I'm always wearing one. Eric says, no, it was cold that day. Teach the dog to talk. Make frittatas, not text. Stage a coup. Eat okay-rated sushi and not pay. Listen, Fuzz, the way to my heart is always a Repo Man reference. Let's see. Watch Indiana Jones movie. Build and clean the mannequin, says Scott.
Don't tempt us, Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, don't tease us.
Don't tempt me with a good time, my friend.
Oh, come on. It's never going to happen.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Let's see.
One of these days, he's going to just send us a photo and be like, hey, the mannequin's all together again.
But I hope so, Scott. I live for that day. I live for the possibility of that day.
We're all waiting.
Sarah says, we have no plans on weekend. Let's crash the market. Sure. Why not?
Sure.
Oh, my fucking
God. So every week I log into a financial app to see okay, just this transaction and that one, just to make sure that no one stole your credit card over.
Yeah.
And when I saw the total balance of the, whatever, I almost went, oh God,
Jesus, no.
When you walk in on the dog licking themselves, excuse me.
I wasn't meant to see that.
Oh God, stop it.
Don't look. No, whatever you do, gang, don't look at your 401k.
No, thank you.
Don't look at any of that stuff. Let's see. So I'm going to give it to, I got to give a point to each to Scott and Sarah for Build the Mannequin and Crash the Market. Clear your browser history, says Eric. Listen, you guys, thank you for asking. I would totally be there, but I have to blank. Oh, I would totally be there. I totally would, but I have to blank. No,
but how was your week, everyone? I felt like it was a very long week. And was it just because of the market volatility, or was it because of
made my
the doctor's appointments, or
it's probably a combination of the two. I should not have been paying as much attention to the market as I was, but because
you were in a fairly foul mood.
Well, there was nothing that I could do to control any of it. Yeah. So all I was doing was just, reminding myself of my own fucking powerlessness, which is really not a way to be happy. If you want to be happy, probably that's not the surest way to do so. I think that definitely made the hours pass like weeks. When I'm watching the indices take it in the shitter. Let's see. I would totally be there, but I have to avoid seeing you, says Angie. Exactly. That's exactly right. I would totally
be there, but I have to poop.
Sarah has to poop. So Sarah would totally be there, but she has to crap. And listen, Sarah, at our age, you're younger, but you'll see when you get into your 50s, that is an achievement.
Are you timing your poop?
Am I timing it?
Timing it.
How do you mean?
Because, if you get on the phone or if you get in the car, you want to have that moment before you leave, right? Or before you get on the phone.
Oh, I see. You're not saying I'm timing how long it takes from beginning to end. I'm okay, well,
is it a timing thing? Oh, well, I don't want to get in the car.
Oh,
right?
we always do that, right? I mean, if you have to go someplace in the mornings, your first imperative is to get that
To
business
have that
done.
moment before you
Because
get in the car.
you don't want to have to like make a pit stop someplace, and well, or God forbid, get stuck in traffic and won't like trickle of cold sweat running down your brow. Oh God, please! Oh my God!
This has nothing to do with poop, but Eric,
but really, we've established such a
Eric
fine
was
theme.
working here for hours at a time last week. And
The
I was
man
like,
never uses our
does he
restroom.
never pee?
He is a camel. He never pees. He never poops. I don't know. He's
It
self-contained.
was really weird.
Eric
I
is a
was like,
self-contained organism. I don't understand.
so much so that I noticed it. I was like, wait
It's
a minute.
very strange. I
He's
don't get
never peed.
it. It's very weird. I saw him drink basically like half a Gatorade while we were out working. I've got like 8 sodas going.
Is he a camel?
So thirsty because it was like, honestly, I'm sweating my body weight out there, hauling shit around, and Eric's doing the same thing, and yet for some reason he just doesn't. He's
I think the answer
dromedary.
is he's trained himself to not have to pee, so he doesn't have to pee in people's
people's
houses,
homes. Yeah,
right?
I think that's right.
Which whatever.
See, I would totally be there, but I have to keep quiet because Alexa is listening. Exactly. I would totally be there, but I have to be honest with myself, says Scott. Move to another country, says you and me both, kid. David. Wait for my Amazon delivery. Sell high. Dance with myself. It's actually kind of remarkable how many songs have been written about the act of masturbation. Turning Japanese apparently is about masturbating. Take Me Away to Paradise. That song, the fucking Green Day song, is about jacking it.
I totally be there, but I have to stock items that I will not be able to
afford next month. Exactly. Yeah.
Today I went to Costco and I noticed that avocados were $11.
Oh yeah, of course. No, avocado is going to be the first things to get jacked up. Absolutely.
Everything is like $1 more. It's like they're just.
Eric says he'd be there, but he has to pee because he has to pee really bad because he's been holding it all day.
You're ruining your kidneys. You could just come inside. Like no one. It's fine. Our bathroom is your bathroom.
This is you. You get to decide who had the funniest response. I'd totally be there, but I have to blank.
I'm going to give it to Scott for I have to stock items I will not be able to afford next month.
Absolutely right. And honorable mention, of course, to Eric for that answer.
Eric
and then to
I
Ange,
have to pee.
To Ange for not see you. I would totally be there, but I have to not see you. I don't want to avoid seeing you. I don't want to do that. Listen, we have given on this show, advice to our past selves, our young teenage self. Let's give advice to our future selves on tonight's broadcast. Give advice to your future self.
To your future self, like you go into the future and go, hey, why don't you relax?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's a hypothetical. So, the person, let's say you're, I don't know, like 75 years old. What advice are you going to give to yourself from the past? It's like, hey, maybe you should, do blah, blah, blah.
Maybe you should work more.
Maybe you should work, but spend more hours at the office.
Spend more hours at the office.
Spend less time with family and friends.
You spend too much time with your kids.
Spend way too much time with your children.
Yeah.
Come on, get your priorities straight, pal.
So every time I hear one of those stories like, no old person ever said I spent more time at the office. I'm like, I bet one of them did.
One of them did. Well, honestly,
I bet
because
one
they
of them
probably.
I don't like my kids.
I hate my fucking kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it.
I bet one old person on one deathbed was like, you know what? I loved being a stockbroker.
Spent less time hanging out with my ungrateful, shit-heeled children.
Yeah. Every time I hear a silly platitude like that, I'm like, yeah, I bet there's one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna make it my mission.
Actually, I hope that your future self gets plenty of action at the old folks' home. That's what you want. Those places are like hotbeds of venereal disease, isn't it? Because why would anybody use a condom?
We knew a person.
Yes,
who
we did.
lived, and he seemed to be getting laid all the time.
He was quite the Lothario.
He was laid all the time, I think.
I think because he was a piano player and they had a piano there. So it was very easy for him to tickle ladies, we did Sentimental Journey, anyone? It's like,
and I think once you get to a certain age as a guy, you're like the only one left, right? So you just can circulate yourself through.
Absolutely, because honestly, the numbers are in your favor. It's
I think that guy was laid like a rug. What was he, 85?
Yeah, he was definitely. It's like being a straight guy in a drama department.
Oh yeah,
you're the odds are in your favor. The odds are in your favor, right? There are more of you than there are of them, and it's generally generally going to work out, redound to your advantage. Give advice to your future self. Eat more fiber, says Sarah. Sell your Tesla stock in January 2025. Exactly. Burning Man is not for you. Stop regretting what I have and will do. That's very existential. That's metaphysical, Eric. I like that. Get over yourself, old man. Everything happens for a reason, but no one knows why. Exactly. Only the good die young. Oops, misread the question, says Scott. Doesn't matter.
Still works.
Doesn't matter. Totally works. Let's see. I'm going to give it to Eric for stop regretting what I have and will do. I like that. All right, kids. Gather up your favorite costumed friends because we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Blank. Get all of your costumed friends, the aluminum man, the cowardly cougar, the scare.
Oh, speaking of cowardly cougars, someone posted up a photo live from the Nest. Because, there's a lot of people because of Coachella.
Somebody might have.
I was like, oh, Lord, the Nest. Let's zoom in and see who's in the background.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. It was a photo of cougars in their prime. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, it was three people that were a little bit younger than me, but I was like, can you zoom out? I want to see who else is there. The Nest kills me.
Well, at what age do you start being a cougar? 40? Is that the age where you officially start into your cougardom?
Oh yeah, maybe.
And I think there's a term for I think once you get past 60, then you're no longer a cougar. You're something else.
As Eric said when we left the Nest, those weren't cougars. Those were mountain lions.
Mountain lions, that was it. Yeah, they're like Apple operating system.
No, they'll kill you.
They will.
No, they were serious.
Yeah.
The wonderful Wizard of Darkness.
The wonderful world of titties. Since Ray isn't here, somebody had to.
Titties. 30 is
30. Okay, so 30. Really?
Wow.
Really? When you turn 30, you're a cougar? That seems awfully young, gang. I don't know. And I don't care for that at all.
That makes me sad.
30 chasing 20s. Global economics. And
so we could be the parents of a cougar?
Oh, yeah. That is a cold splash of turpentine in the face. Ouch. Let's see. The wonderful world of global economics and trade policy. Oh, Christ almighty. Let's see. The hot wet hole. Eric came by to see the hot wet hole the other day, and we had to make sure.
The hot wet hole.
He came by to check it, and we had to make sure that get consent first.
Yeah.
Eric, before you check the hot wet hole.
And then we were like, "Are we sexually harassing him?"
We shall overcome.
What was that like? We were like,
it was honestly three of the most uncomfortable and
did you have that moment where you're like, oh my God,
minutes.
am I flipping out? Like, am I
I
dissociating?
felt and I've been feeling this for a few days, and I don't know why.
Maybe it's because of that. It put you in another dimension.
I feel like I've kind of.
Hi, Christina.
Hi,
Christina.
Hey,
just got here.
Hooray! We're so glad you're here. I feel like I have jumped timelines somehow, which I'm hoping is a good harbinger because this timeline thus far this year
is weirdly hilarious.
Shit, it has been shit. So anyway, while this woman was singing at the top of her lungs to give her notes for a meeting, I was thinking that I was thinking two things. One is it was simultaneously the most awkward and hilarious 3 minutes of my adult life, and then also I had to call you. I was recording. I was on input mode, right? I was recording every single moment so that I could recount it in crystalline detail to you and my mom.
Yeah. And do you ever have a moment like that? Yeah. Something so weird happens. You're like, please God, let me get to my phone.
I got to get to my phone.
Please God, let me get to the car and get to my phone.
I have to do this because there's somebody who needs.
If lightning is going to strike me, please let it be after I tell another person.
Exactly. I've got to tell somebody.
I have to tell at least one other person.
This information inside of me. The wonderful world of physical therapy. Fashion Steve. 50 plus. Steve Jesus. Is this me?
This is 11? Me.
This is you. Dear Laura, who had the funniest response?
I'm going to go with Scott for the wonderful world of darkness.
All right, very good.
Scott knows how to pander.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not really a betting man, but I'll bet you $1 million. I'll bet you $1 million that you can't blank. I'll bet you $1 million that you can't blank.
The correct answer is, I'll bet you $1 million that if you go into the week with $1 million, you won't still have $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, unless you work for the White House, in which case you'll probably have about $4 or $5
isn't
million.
that insider?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's market manipulation and insider trading. Okay. Martha Stewart went to jail for this. Perfect. Remember, gang? Remember? Mm-hmm. Hey! Oh, yeah. I remember.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't think there's anything to understand anymore. However, maybe we have switched timelines.
Maybe we have.
Maybe we've all collectively switched timelines, and next week, good things are going to happen. Could be.
You know, I bet.
Like that one thing that everybody's talking about on TikTok. That could happen. I'm not saying somebody should do it, but like, could happen.
You know, Trump sings in the other room, right? At meetings, like he just goes in the other room and sings, and
apparently farts up a storm. Like he is just constantly filling the Oval Office with his meat farts. That's just like constant. Just gassing the place up.
And yet that thing has never happened. That's fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'll bet you $1 million that you can't fix this fuck up, says Eric. Make this shit up, says Angela. I'll bet you can't. I bet
you can't make up that thing that happened to you this week.
Well,
I would never.
Honestly, it was one of those moments where I'm like, I can't believe it's happening to me.
And you'll never forget it.
Oh, I'll never forget it. I might be on my deathbed remembering that moment that happened to me on Friday. I might remember it.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Let's see. I'll bet you $1 million you can't write this shit. Get what's his face in jail. Oh boy, I'll bet you $1 million I can't either. Sadly, and I would win those $1 million. Nothing ever happens to that motherfucker.
He's on a different timeline. That's why.
Apparently, and I wish it weren't mine. I wish it weren't my timeline. Is this round 13?
Yes.
Because the time
should be round 13.
Drive home backwards while singing "We Shall Overcome."
I think you all should start singing it all week long. Like you should be singing it.
Oh, Lordy B.
We shall. Okay.
Oh my fucking God. Honestly, yes, I will remember that for
the rest of your life.
The rest of my life, for sure. Eat just one, says Eric. So let's see. So, but I'm going to give it to. I think we gotta give it to Eric for his many fine answers, including write this shit. But you can't write this shit.
Eric is killing the game like a poisonous mushroom.
Eric is running away with it. Yeah. I don't even think you have to tally up the points.
I think it's
at
Eric.
This point.
I think I'm going to make him some cottage cheese muffins. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. And I'm afraid you're already too far out in front to rescind at this point, Eric. You're probably just about to win this game, and a fine serving delivered to your home of cottage cheese muffins, coupled with cottage cheese frosting and a cottage cheese shake, and the tube of cottage cheese toothpaste, perhaps, if you're extra
I'm not going to do that to you, friend. I'm not going to do that.
Listen, I'm not a conspiratorial-minded fellow, but Blink was an inside job. Blank was an inside job. Eric ate the bagel, he said. He did eat it. The bagels were good. The bagels were good. Blank was an inside job. Cottage cheese lima bean casserole.
Yep, that's next. I'm still trying to finish up my cottage cheese recipe book. And this week I made parfait and bagels and more bagels. Those bagels were okay.
The bagels were good. They tasted kind of like biscuits, but they were very good. You are coming up currently with an idea for a potatoes au gratin style.
That's going to be delicious. You don't know.
Cheese. I think that actually that has real possibility. If you use real cheese plus the cottage cheese,
that's going to be
and then kind of melt it all together, you'd probably get nice and crispy. And I'm down with that. I'm going to give that a whirl. Give that a go. That is. I will do that in the test kitchen. Come by the way, anytime you want to come by the test kitchen, come on by and see what Laura's cooking in the test kitchen. Let's see. PBBJ was an inside job. That's very funny, Fuzz.
Today it was a peanut butter chocolate mousse parfait.
Yeah, I know. Listen,
cottage cheese and Greek yogurt.
Simply no limit.
It's pretty good.
Simply no limit. America was an inside job. The Titanic, Pepsi Clear, says Sarah. Remember that? Pepsi Clear. Let's see. Christina says she's here for this. Let's see. She will miss next weekend as well. Oh, boo. Eric's texting you back. My sanity was an inside job. Democracy, murder hornets, the haboob.
The haboob.
Who could forget the haboob? Now this what is this? What round are we on here?
This is round 14.
This is yours. Who had the funniest response to blank was an inside job?
Well, Sarah had two really
she
funny
did.
answers. Pepsi Clear and the murder hornet. So
Listen, kids, this year for my birthday, I don't want presents. We have a strict no presents policy. I just want blank. This year for my birthday, I don't want presents, just blank. Wiki. Shut up.
Oh, Scott just wants pregnancy.
Really?
Well, I hope that happens for you, bud.
Can you even imagine at our age? Oh my God. I mean, certainly
we know somebody who just had a kid. The guy is our age, and I think his wife is 45.
I don't understand why you would
Their
willingly.
oldest is 14, and now
Why
they
would
have
you
a
do this?
newborn. And I'm like, why would you do that to yourself?
Why would you do this? You've already won.
Mhm.
You win when you get to a certain age
Yeah.
without having more children. Then you've gotten them out of the house. Either you don't have any to begin with, or you get them, you breeze them up, and you boot them out of the house,
Right.
and then you won.
And they were
Boom,
maybe,
right?
I don't
That's
know.
the game.
I think their youngest is 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So they had maybe 10 more years until they were done,
Oh God.
and they started all over.
I can't even know. Just absolutely no. No.
Maybe they just really like kids.
Maybe they really like kids.
Mm-mm.
There it is. Look at this. I'm changing, you guys. I'm
Okay.
changing. I'm feeling a change from the inside. I'm becoming more positive. I'm becoming lighter and more positive, and less judgmental. Less judgmental.
We shall overcome. Sorry.
When I called up Laura to tell her that story, I honestly I almost couldn't breathe to get the story out. I was gasping for breath. I got it. Oh my God. You won't believe. And indeed, she did not believe what had just happened when I told her.
I was like, are you calling from a David Lynch movie?
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
going on here?
This year for my birthday, I just want 12 days of booty. Listen, fellas, honestly, if we could ask for that, if we could just say, okay, so I want 12 days of booty calls every day, that would be great. Sharpen
Well,
lawn
wait till
darts.
you get to the rest home. You'll have, if you
Right.
live long enough,
Exactly.
you'll be circulating through.
I'm moving.
You'll be the hottest guy in the
moving
whole
to P-Town.
There you go.
Cottage cheese beer, just beer, says Fuzz. He just wants beer. A thoughtfully written med adjustment. You know what, Christina? I just had one, and it worked. It worked. Did I mention this? I think I might have mentioned this to you guys on the show. I was getting clinically fucking depressed over the subsequent weeks, a couple weeks ago. And then I realized that I had made a mistake when I had switched a certain medication, and I adjusted it, and it was like a fucking light switch. Oh my
Well,
God.
your doctor made a mistake, right?
What kind of?
Because she
Yeah.
thought it was a 1-to-1 adjustment, and
It-
it was not,
It was
apparently.
not. It was not a 1-to-1. Let's see. No answer to the last. Scott says for his birthday he wants no answer to the last question. What even was the last question? We only go forward on the show.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We don't go back.
We don't go backwards. There's no reverse gear. A personal solo. Says Sarah. A personal solo. Or you're going to sing your notes. You're going to sing them.
Mhm.
Let's see. Those damn kids off my lawn. To leave the earth for 4 years. Yes, you may, or to be put into a medically
Was
induced
that her
coma.
notes? We shall overcome was her notes?
No, she was singing to say, I can sing, you see, and you should use me because this is what I have to offer.
But she wasn't like, there were too many people on one side.
Now, that would have been amazing. Honestly, if she had done that, I actually would have.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Drive a Zamboni, says Sarah. Sing We Shall Overcome. To cuddle what's left of my 401k. I want my own soundtrack. Eric, we can work on that. Talk to me, brother. I want an inside
Well, we've
job.
got Eric won't text me back.
I've got a good start. I have a solid start. Has anybody ever written a song about you before? Listen, this is love. This is love. It comes from love.
Oh no.
I love Eric Atwood. He's my brother.
Yeah, we love him.
Our country to have less in common with The Handmaid's Tale. Thank you. Yes. Trump's private cell number. Do you want that? Do you really want that? Let's see. You think he'll pick up? You think he'll text you back, Eric, if you text him?
I bet I know someone who has it.
I bet you probably do, or at the very least to his office. Let's see. I'm going to give it to Sarah for a personal solo. So now, do we have a game?
I don't know.
I know. Well, Sarah, we thought this was a runaway
like
game.
Sarah and Eric are tied.
So I think all you really need to do, while I just sit here, I'll just noodle around.
Okay.
I think all you really need to do is add up their 2 scores, because I think those were our front
I'm going to
runners
add
here.
up everybody's.
Well, so
I'm
last week I was like, the points don't matter. Points don't fucking matter.
You didn't keep score?
Well, I couldn't really, because I would have to take the time to like type things out and blah blah blah. And there was no keeping score, and so instead I was just like, no, points don't matter, whatever. And then at the end of it, Fuzz kept scoring. It's like, oh yeah, was it Christina? Did Christina win? I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I have no idea who won. And like, yeah, Christina won. I'm like, well then, good, congratulations.
Did you mail her something?
I did not. Because honestly, I don't remember who won. Christina, was it you? Were you the one who won last week?
Indeed, Eric has won.
Eric has won. Hey.
And then Scott and Sarah are tied.
All right, Scott and Sarah are tied. Very good. Okay, so listen, let's do a quick final round here to determine who is our this week's runner-up. For it is what we always do. Even when we have somebody who wins outright, as Eric has done, we always have a runner-up round. Okay, so anyway, so for our final prompt tonight, my child, it is bad manners to blanket the table. My child, it is bad manners to blanket the table. Oh my God, my arm won't reach. I'm reading all the way across.
It's clearly bad manners to sing "We Shall Overcome" at
And
the table.
it very much is.
So she didn't. She got up and left the room.
She did.
So she could broadcast that goodness all throughout the house.
So Christina says, no need for prizes, just glory. So you did, in fact, win last week.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Christina was very funny last week. Everybody was very funny, but Christina was, as I recall, especially
Christina, if
funny.
you missed the story, a person...
I will recap while we're all answering this round here. Basically, what happened was, hypothetically, somebody who was she was supposed to like co-MC this rally that I had emceed, and she became extremely overbearing, and I was like ready to pull out. I'm like, just go ahead, do it yourself. But people were like, no, Stefan, you MC it. She'll do music. She's doing music for the beginning, and then people like make her stop. This is it was not good music, is what I'm saying. And and then throughout the rally, she kept pestering me. Like, I want to do more music. And the organizers were like, no. And I think one of them told me, quote, over my floppy dead body, will she ever do such a thing again? And so anyway, we have after and then she wanted to do a song at the end, and they're like, nope, cut the mic. So we were having a meeting afterwards about, hey, this, we're going to talk about what went well, what didn't go well. And so, and I'm like, hey, I thought it went great, blah, blah, blah. It was a wonderful event. I felt so uplifted. It was so great to see us all, getting out there and fighting the good fight against, all this insanity that's happening. And they turned to her and said, what did you think? She goes, well, for my notes, I would like to sing my notes. And she gets up and she goes into the living room. We're all sitting at a dining room table, like 6 of us sitting at a dining room table. She goes into the other room and she stands with her back away from us and begins to sing at the top of her lungs, "We Shall Overcome," like loud.
This story gets weirder every time I hear it.
We shall, and really not like
Her
subtle.
back was to the crowd?
Yeah, she didn't have it, and like 3 minutes. 3 long, count them out if you think that's not a long time. 3 long minutes.
I
She's
don't
doing all the
understand this
verses.
story.
It just went on.
It makes no sense to me.
And on and on and on and on and on. And then after she's done, there's this long pause, and people are like, what do we do? Because honestly, none of us could make eye contact. It's like, what the hell is happening? And then after she's done, she goes, and that is what I have to offer. So she wanted us to know that is in fact what she.
It's like it's at once hilarious and kind of weird and sad.
Incredibly tragic. Yeah, hilarious and tragic all at
and
once.
Tragic and kind of like weird and
sadness.
It's like everything I like, but also it's too much.
It was a waiting for Guffman moment. It was absolutely that. My childhood is bad manners to buy crypto at the table, says Sarah. Put your dick in the mashed potatoes. If I had known it was that kind of party. Feed Fashion Steve. Don't feed him, Scott. Whatever you do, especially not after midnight.
Yeah.
Roman salute. Do not Roman salute. Roman salute.
Does Fashion Steve only have one? He only has one hand. Yeah.
Make me point this out. Don't make me point this out, says Christina. Eat pork at Passover. Crash the stock market to stuff the Christmas stockings. Let's begin voting now on who had the funniest response to my child that is bad manners to blank at the table.
And then let us all at once sing. We shall overcome. Still funny. You just couldn't wait. You couldn't. I can't believe your mom's not here to
I was
share
ready
this.
to chew my fucking arm off to get out of there so that I could go and tell my wife exactly what had just transpired. We're voting on who had the funniest answer to my child. It's bad manners to blank at the table. Not punch Nazis. You should always punch Nazis. Always. When in doubt, punch a Nazi. Honestly, you'll feel better. You'll see. Well, we had a fabulous show tonight. We had some veteran players step in tonight and really bring some exemplary play onto the only show playing field this evening, including our Canadian player. Sarah brought
an international show tonight.
International show brought a valiant effort, but of course, veteran
with
Eric
repeated reference to the song "We Shall Overcome." Strangely,
who had the most likey likes?
It does seem that Ange has stuck her dick in the mashed potatoes to win second place.
Nice of that, Ange.
And Ange and Fuzz, I ordered a thing for you a long time ago, and it's about to arrive. I'm going to send it to you.
Heyo!
You'll laugh all over again.
You'll laugh, you'll cry.
It's from a show a long time ago, and one of you was like, I want that thing, and so I ordered it, and it's just about to come. So, and you'll be like, I forgot all about that thing. I actually don't want that thing.
Really? You think that's what's going to happen?
Probably not. I think I'm going to send it, and they're going to be like, holy shit, that's funny. That's still funny.
I should probably write a song to this.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
We shall
Sing it in the other
overcome.
room. We shall
overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
This would be the point where someone says,
good night, everybody. Good night.
Can you hit him? He's skipping. Can you reboot him?
Oh, you people. Oh, I love Saturday because of you, too. You people are the very best. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye, 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 bye.